Hello, everyone. I'm Carrie George with CIBN TV, and you can find us at thecibn.com or on YouTube at CIBN TV just by searching that term. I am excited today because we are going to be doing day 6 of the 7-day challenge to create 700 pieces of social media content. So, what have we been doing this week? Oh my gosh, if you've been following along every day, on the first day, you probably had 300-400 posts made just doing the exercises on the first day. And then, of course, on the second day, we talked about holidays. This week, we've covered how to make the pictures pretty, and we have covered how to do video and some tools to use to do video. We've talked about blogging and vlogging and how to create 52 weeks of content in a row so that you're never thinking about, oh my goodness, what am I going to be writing about, or what am I going to be doing a live stream about this week? Because you always have this figured out in advance because you have a plan and you thought about it a long time ago. Okay, so today I want to get started on another topic, and this is a download that would come to you in your emails. We have this article titles and subject lines that we're going to be talking about. And to do this, I'm going to share my screen. Let me just do that here. And I'm going to go here. All right, there we are. So hopefully you can see the article titles and subject lines. What you do with the article titles and subject lines is you basically, anything that's underlined, you change it to be whatever it is that you do. For example, the first one is 9 ways to get wealthier almost instantly. So you can change the number. You can say 7 ways to, and you can change get wealthier. Get wealthier can be changed to something else. Let's just see here. 7 ways to lose weight almost instantly. So if you're in the weight loss industry, that's what you could do. If you are a business coach, you could say 7 ways to get business almost instantly, that kind of thing. The next one says 99 sure ways to sharpen your sales skills, and 99 is underlined, and sharpen your sales skills is underlined. So you could say 12 sure ways to, and again, you can change whatever that is, brighten your future. Okay, you're just looking at wherever there's a verb, you change it for a verb, and wherever there's vowels, you change it for vowels. Okay, so it could be 16 sure ways to, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Whatever it is that you're in your business doing. Clean your pipes if you are a plumber, for example, right? 7 secrets for increasing your revenue. All right, you could change that to, let's see, 3 secrets for, who should we talk to next? Financial planners. So 7 secrets for living happily on a budget. Okay, anything like that. 21 ways to motivate any employee. Well, I would download that. Okay, what about you? What do you want to put out there? I mean, that would be great for if you were in HR. That would be a great subject line for you. But let's say you're not in HR. Let's say that you have a florist shop. Okay, so you might say 3 new ways to, I'm thinking about keep your flowers fresh. There you go. Something like that. That kind of thing, right? Or maybe you want to do it around Valentine's Day and you have a florist or a candy shop. So you might say 7 new ways to stimulate. Oh, we could get really racy. Your lover. And then they open it up and the article is about buying flowers and chocolates. Yay! So the idea is you just take out the verb and you replace it with a verb. Any vowels that are underlined, you replace them with vowels. Any numbers, you can put any number in there, okay? This one I like, 56 no-fail strategies for achieving success, and 56 is underlined. So again, you can change that to 3 no-fail strategies for winning the lottery. Okay. Or whatever it is, instead of achieving, you change it to another vowel. Another vowel. And success, you want to change that for the outcome, right? So 3 no-fail strategies for losing weight. Whatever it is that is your industry, that's how you would use this. You see, there's a lot of fun on this. These have been copywritten by professionals. They could be used for titles of articles and videos. You could use them for Twitter posts directly like this, and you could use them to draw people directly to your blogs. And in the download here, I think we've got, I don't know, there's a couple hundred of them, I think. It's a lot anyway. It's a lot to work with. And when you go back over them, again, you can use them more than once because you can change the things out. This one says the terrible truth about bananas, and bananas is underlined. Okay, so what's your specialty? What's your industry? So if you are a relationships coach, you could say the terrible truth about relationships. The idea is to grab attention. The terrible truth about women, men, whatever it is. So if you are selling food, you might say the terrible truth about food. There's a lot of different headlines that could be used. The case for yelling at shoplifters. Yelling at shoplifters is underlined. So the case for what? Smoking marijuana. Okay. It depends on what you're trying to sell. If you're actually running a marijuana shop, that could be your headline. If you sell CBD oil, okay, that could be the case for using CBD oil, right? So there's all kinds of ways that you can use these. You're just, putting them out there. And, it's a little bit of a brainstorming session. So if you take this list and sit down with it, there is an easy 200 more posts, titles, article titles, subject lines. You could use these for videos, blogs, vlogs. You could use these for Facebook Lives. There's any number of places that you could use these as well. You could even just put a link to something right afterwards or turn it into a call to action, So this one says the Vogue formula for looking your best. If you sold cosmetics, that would be great. And you could put a link directly to your article or your buy now page or whatever it is that goes with that. But if you're not in the beauty industry, if you're in a different industry, you would change out the words Vogue and looking your best. And, you'd say instead the awesome formula for whatever it is that you do. And running a mile in under 10 minutes. Maybe you're very fit, under 5. Okay, so there you go. This is an extremely useful list. We've used it a lot over the years. It's a lot of fun, and it's been very, very helpful for us. And I know that will be for you too. You get that through the downloads that come through the emails. Okay, so read your emails. I think on day 5 and 6, you start getting these downloads, and you can use those, and those should be helpful for you. Another thing I wanted to just discuss today is a little bit more about tools. The kinds of tools that you use are not as important that you are using tools and that you're looking for systems that you can automate and things that you can do that will cut your time down. Okay. And one thing about tools that I just wanted to mention and warn you about today is don't get caught in the tool trap, where you just keep buying and buying and buying tools. Okay. And they keep charging your credit card and you're not using them. Okay. And here's the thing about tools. Once it's charged your credit card, you can't call the company and get your money back. Okay. It's too late. So use your tools, use them regularly, and regularly go through the credit card and even from last year, because some things charge annually, and think about, am I using this? And, the only way to get out of those subscriptions is to do it before the credit card is charged. So you want to make sure that you are paying attention to that kind of stuff, because you can spend a lot of money on tools. Another thing with tools is that if you spend a lot of time researching tools, that is time that you will never get back, like ever. And it's one of the big wasters of time is the examination of tools. So if I'm looking for a new tool for something, I like to get onto the internet and look up 10 best tools for, and type in what it is that I'm looking for. And I will read a few articles about that before I even try one. I just don't go randomly try one. I go read what our different experts saying might be a good tool. And some of them tell you why they think that is a good tool in their articles. And if I keep seeing the same tool come up again in 3, 4, 5 articles, like, okay, well, this one looks like it might be a reasonable one. Let's go have a quick look and see what the pricing is and if it will have the features that I need. And once I settle in on a tool, I get right into using it right away. And if another tool comes along and it seems a little bit better or a little bit less money, you got to think about what is the cost of time to stop using this tool and start using the next tool, because these kinds of things will suck up your life. And it is crazy. And I have seen business owners around our business network sometimes that have come, and usually they're the newer ones that haven't quite figured things out yet. And it's part of the reason why we have a business network where people network together, is that we learn from each other. Because out there on your own, you make a lot of tragic mistakes, and too many of them add up to business failure. 80% of all businesses fail in their first 5 years. 90 fail over 10 years. Horrible statistics. But at CIBN Connect, we went 9 years without a business failure in the entire membership organization. And today we run at 99% business success with those that are participating. And I say that those who are participating, those who come to the networking meetings and take the trainings and actually get to know, like, and trust each other and use each other for services, instead of going and finding services online and out there in the world that have no accountability to anyone and are very likely, and often do, just take your money and disappear. If you want to live that kind of life and have your business burn, okay, that's a great way to do it. But if you don't, join a business network like the CIBN, okay? Because when you join the business network, people in the group who don't do a good job don't tend to last. Hello? It's hard to show up every week if you've been promising to build somebody a website and it's still not built 6 months later. You get to find out if that was a thing before you paid for it and it's now your thing, right? Instead, in a business network, people come every week, week after week after week. They get to know, like, and trust each other. And when the web designer has done business with somebody and they completed the job and did a good job for them, you'll know about it. You'll know because the person who had the web work done will be talking about it. And they'll be talking about the good job that was done. They'll be talking about the timely manner that it was done in. And they'll have a reputation in the network because they've been around doing it for a while. What that means for you as a new business owner inside of the business network is you're going to make less mistakes. And mistakes are costly. In my first year of business, I made an $18,000 mistake. I only made $32,000. Seriously, that was really, really tough, right? So you don't want to be in that position. And as soon as I found out about business networking and I realized that, people could do this together and that we would all be accountable to each other, and how awesome that was for me because I could stop making these big, nasty, horrible mistakes that were very costly, I was in. Okay. And a business network pays way, like CIBN Connect. We have a variety of courses, and this thing that you're watching here right now, the 7-day challenge, this is just one of the opportunities that we have out there at CIBN Connect. Next, coming up after you do this, there is a social media bootcamp. A social media bootcamp. So this exercise of doing the 7-day challenge will help you put together 700 pieces of content Now, what are you going to do with them? How will you automate them? Well, in the social media bootcamp, we talk about how to automate them. And we do a lot of hand holding. And it could be a 1 or 2 day event that's coming up. I think at the filming of this, we have a 2-day one that's coming up. It's a 2-day intensive where we walk you through the why these things work and the how they work and what to do exactly so that you can get them to work for you. And we've got all kinds of training that we offer in that social media bootcamp on how to use Facebook more effectively, how to make posts go viral, how to use large groups that you don't even own. We talk about strategies, to get out of ad buying so that you don't be in that endless race of ad buying. We talk about how to bring on the connections, those 4 C's of marketing, the content, the connections, the consistency, the call to action. All of those are covered in detail in the social media bootcamp. So the social media bootcamp is a definite piece that you would want to have. So there's different ways you can take the social media bootcamp. You can go to the website and sign up for social media bootcamp at the CIBN.com. But it's almost $900 to do that. Isn't it better just to get a membership for $77 and have it included? And then it's just one of the things that you get. So, and you can wait for the next one that's coming up that would be on the calendar or on the event page. Or as soon as you take the $77 offer, ta-da, you're in the back office and you can go in and start watching the automated videos that are in the private portal that are not on YouTube, where you can actually take the social media bootcamp immediately and start putting those things into play into your business right away. And then when the next social media bootcamp comes up, if you want to take it again, you want to reinforce those skills, you'll be so much more ahead. So remember yesterday, I talked about you don't want to waste time and money paying for courses and then not doing the stuff that the course taught you. You definitely want to do this stuff. You want to apply the course. So at CIBN Connect, we have a few amazing courses that we offer for our members, and we do them more than once. We do them a few times a year so that you can apply them and stop doing that thing where you just buy stuff and you don't actually put it to use in your life. Okay? You want to put it to use to make it the best opportunity possible. So the same thing is with tools as it is with memberships. We want to make sure you're using them. Come on in and take the courses, do the networking. Why would you do networking? Why would I talk about networking when I'm talking about social media and the 7-day challenge? Because if you haven't figured out yet that networking and social media go together, you're missing the boat. You're missing it. It just sailed away without you. Okay? Networking was the same for thousands of years. Okay? For thousands of years, people just got together. They referred one another. And if I was on the Silk Road and I did business with the emperor and I sold the emperor, my jewels and diamonds, I referred the spice merchant to him, who was my friend. That's how networking's been working for thousands of years. That's how old it is. The only new thing that was invented was business cards. Business cards, a couple, maybe 150 years ago, started getting used as people would give out their business card. And for years, we've been meeting and having meet and greets and lunches and things like this, and face-to-face, belly-to-belly, and handing out business cards. Well, now, with the invention of the internet, we can meet on Zoom, and we don't have to meet face-to-face. It is a quarter of the cost. It is a quarter of the time. And our stats show it's 3 to 4 times the profit for you as a business owner. Is that a good deal? Holy smokes, that's a great spanking hot deal. Okay? But also, we can use our social media to make our connections more connected in a deeper and faster way. So what do I mean by that? Well, when you go to a networking meeting with CIBN Connect, we always have you put into the chat how to contact you, how to set up an appointment with you. We book a meeting from the meeting right there at the meeting too, so you don't have to do so much follow-up. It's all done in the meeting. But there are some other things that we're sharing in the chat, like this is how to connect with me on LinkedIn. So it raises up your LinkedIn connections. We have some phenomenal tools that we put out to the network that we use within the network. Some of them are free tools that are only found at CIBN Connect for things like LinkedIn that you cannot get anywhere else. So these are just some of the things that we do. And why do we do that? Because we know that if you have met somebody one time and you pitched them on your product or service, chances are you took some no's. Yep. Happens to me too. Sometimes when I tell people, oh, this course we have is $900, they go, oh no, I don't know you well enough yet to spend $900. I'm sure you had it happen to you as well, right? So what do you do next when they say, oh no, I don't want to buy that right now. I don't know you. And I'm just, no, I don't know if that's a good deal or not. It happens to everyone. Well, we used to say 7 to 14 touches to get a sale, but with what's been happening the last couple of years, it's actually more now. It's more like 35 to 60 touches to get a sale. You're like, what? Yeah. So how are you going to do that? Where do you get the time to do that? Isn't that crazy? But I'm going to tell you something. If you're using your social media properly, as we show you how to do at CIBN Connect, your social media can be automated to do many of those touches in an ongoing way with the connection that you made while you were networking. And you can turn those connections into prospects and into clients by using automated social media practices that do not take a lot of your time, but make it feel like to the prospect that you are touching them again and again, touch in a nice way that's not creepy. Okay, because they opted in for it. You went to the meeting, you met them there, they said, yes, I want to connect with you on LinkedIn. Oh, they saw that you are on Twitter and they are too, so they followed you on Twitter. Oh, they friended you on Facebook, and then you're just posting things out there into your Facebook groups and onto your Facebook platform and into Instagram and maybe Yelp, or maybe you're using TikTok or whatever, but people just start following you back on these things. And as you are just doing the stuff that you do in an automated way, they're feeling like they've been touched. And that's what we teach you at CIBN Connect. So that when you get back together with that person for the second appointment 3 months later, they didn't forget about you. They haven't completely forgot what it was that you had. And in fact, if they're meeting you for that second or third appointment 3 months down the road, they're very likely meeting because they're now interested, especially if you've been touching them through the internet. Okay, so at CIBN Connect, we want to help you figure those things out faster so that you stay in business. And that's why we have those incredible statistics about people staying in business and longer when they're part of our network. And we also have some incredible stories of people who have completely turned their business around, made them prosper. We've got some great success stories from over the pandemic time, and we're talking about mom and pop shops, businesses that were not tech heavy, did not do things online, and we were able to show them what to do. And many of them have gone on record. You can see the testimonies on CIBN TV and said things like CIBN, saved our business, or we had the best year ever in 2020. Who says that? Our members do, many of them. So, and that's because we've been showing them things like this 7-day challenge that we're doing right now, things like the social media bootcamp, things like the quarter launch 90-day goal setting that happens. And you can have all of that for $77 a month, plus an entire community to support you, to help you keep from making mistakes, an entire community that will give you feedback. Do you know the value of feedback? I actually was hired one time by a bank to sit on a little board for them to listen to their pitches about what they were going to put onto a commercial. They paid me to be there. And I looked around the room and I realized they paid everybody else in the room as well. And you know what? I mathed it out. I asked the girl how many places they went and did this and how many times they did it in each city. It was over $1 million that they paid business owners for their opinions. Guess where you can get them for $77 a month? CIBN Connect. When you have that idea that you need to flesh out, you need to get somebody's opinion on this, someone who has been around in business for a while, and your competitors aren't likely to tell you the answers, CIBN Connect is where you will find people who will. Even people in your own industry will, because we don't treat people as competitors at CIBN Connect. We treat them like they're our community, they're our family. Yeah, for real. You can come and meet them and find out. So you can find them at the CIBN.com/events. There's some free events there. There's a locations tab that you can click to sign up to come to an event. But the portal is not open at all times to just get in. So if you have been offered a button through email, you need to take the button, because when you go to the website, it is very likely closed. Okay? It only opens occasionally for special features that we're running, or a couple of times a year we do a big promo where we let everybody in. Okay? And you'll have to wait unless you have been given an opportunity. So don't waste or squander the opportunity. Okay? We'd love to have you, and we'd love to see your business grow. We would love to see you prosper. This 7-day challenge to make 700 pieces of social media content is just one way that we can help you. We have many others. So I hope to see you soon at a CIBN meeting. I will be back one day more tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about, we're going to be wrapping it up, covering a few special things, and counting up how you're doing. And if you've been following the 7-day challenge every day, you are likely already at 600-700 posts right now. So if you've been doing all the videos, and if you spent about an hour after the video is working on it, you're very likely hitting those numbers. And if you're not, just put in an extra hour or two, and you know what? You'll get that right up. All right, so I can't wait to hear your stories. You can also join the Facebook group, Networking, just by searching that. And if you come to the Networking page, you will see that there are additional things posted in the guides for you to use. And of course, you definitely want to sign up for this challenge so that you don't miss any of the downloads. The things I covered today, for example, only come through the email. All right. Have a great day. Happy capitalism. And I hope to see more of you. And I hope to see that your business is prospering and that you too will have a success story of how much revenue that you have been able to earn through your business through some of these tools that we're offering. Thanks so much. Happy capitalism.